Good morning, family, and welcome to what I'm calling the routine. This is Dr. B, and for the next 365 days, we're going to do this together. And we're not going to do it perfectly, but we are going to do it consistently. You know, we all talk about wanting a routine. We talk about discipline, consistency, faith, growth, but most of us don't actually have a routine that we can return to every single day. This isn't going to be me teaching you from the outside. This is me committing to becoming with you. So if you hang with me for 30 days, you'll build a powerful habit. If you hang with me for 90 days, it will change your life. But if you hang with me for all 365 days, your life will never be the same. And that, my friend, is a complete promise. As people who want to live their best lives, we need to be intentional. No, we have to be intentional. And for the next 365 days, if you join me, this is how we will start our day. We will wake up on purpose. We will protect our focus. We will not be distracted by opening our phones, devices, TV, computers, etc. until we are done here. We will hydrate immediately. We will create stillness through our breathing. We will work on our connection and our identity through a short devotional. We will focus on our gratitude. We will set our intention for the day. We will plan to make a connection with somebody this day. We will make and keep at least one promise to ourselves. And at some point today, we will move our body, not together, but you can do exercise, you can get it done. So now listen, if you're just finding us today, whether it's day 1 or day 200, you're right on time. These days don't build on each other, but each one stands on its own, and it's about consistency. And I understand because of the time zone, we're doing it at 6:30 Mountain Time, but whatever, you might have kids, you might have work and a real life. You may not always be able to join us live, and that's okay. If you need to, you can always watch the recording from the day before and do this routine earlier in your day if that's what it takes. It's live is obviously more powerful, but the recording still works. And that's what matters, is that you spend this time intentionally. You don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up. Welcome to the routine. Let's become together. And if you need more information, just go ahead and go to routine.live. Now let's go. All right. I can't wait to have this conversation this morning. Not just a conversation, but just a way of starting our day. And so we're going to start with breathing, right? So I'm going to put my feet flat on the floor here, and we are going to start a process of just getting our day started. So let me turn this music right down to where it needs to go. I'm going to present my screen today. I'm going to try to do it early, but we'll flip it over and then we'll remove it. Perfect. All right. Let's take 10 deep breaths as we start this morning. Of course, this is how we start our day each day. We start our day intentional part of the day. You might get up and run around and do some other things before you get to this point, but this is our intentional spot. Breathe in. Fill your belly the best you can. Wake up on purpose today. We are on day 25. to make sure we protect our focus, not listening or turning on screens until we finish what we started here. Make sure you hydrate. Hydrate fully. We're going to do that right after this. So if you don't have water, go get some water. If you're watching this as recording, put your put it on pause and go get some water because we're going to get together. And then we're going to create stillness as we get ready for this morning through our breathing. We're going to do our devotional. We're focused on gratitude. What are you thankful for today? Set our intention for today, affirm our day. Think about who we're going to make connection with today. Let's do 3 more breaths. You're doing this with me. 2 more. Breathe in. One last one. Breathe in. Think about the promise you're going to make for today. All right, let's move. Oh, let's get our water. All right. Hydrate. We're going to do 2 of those. So that's the first one. And now let's move into our devotional for today. So we're day 25. Truth must be spoken in love. Not with lies, but just in love. Speaking the truth in love, Ephesians 4:15. Lord, help me to speak truth with grace today. And we've been using the book Together, Bonhoeffer. He teaches us that truth without love wounds and love without truth weakens. Mitchell once said to me, I'm telling you this because I believe in you. It stung, but it's because the turning point that saved a business and a calling. And one of the things that sometimes that I think we misconstrue or sometimes that we misinterpret that when we're telling somebody the truth, that we're trying to judge. We're saying, I'm right, you're wrong, and you've messed up, and I'm going to judge you, and here's the punishment, and here's all things. And that's sometimes that, if it's coming from a judgment standpoint, then it's not truth and love. Now, there are times when people just don't do, there is some things that they have to know. They say that there's a situation where somebody is not in their gifting. And let's do this fun one that would be like somebody who wants to sing all the time. And I think the joy of the Lord and being able to sing and be up on stage, but they want to come up every week and they want to sing, but they haven't been gifted the gift of being able to sing. And it might be up to me or somebody else that needs to tell them, okay, we need to either go get some singing lessons, we need to do something, but you can't come up here every single week and be the voice. And so you can do that without judging. You can do that without just saying, hey, you suck and you're hurting people and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. How about, hey, there's a way that we want to find your giftedness. Let's help you find your giftedness. Because that's what we need to do as a community, is we need to find ways to make sure that people feel like they're part of the community, or they're part of our the things or the person that God has put us. When I say this at this point every day, God, has made you an answer to somebody else's prayer. And maybe that answer to their prayer is they're praying for, God, what am I good at? But they're trying everything. That doesn't mean that they're super good at it. But there's so many truths that we have to say. Hey, maybe they're, the way that they're raising their child. Not that you should jump in, but if they're hurting somebody else and a person's not expressing that they've been offended or they've been hurt, maybe we have to sit down and we have to tell the truth. So a healthy community doesn't avoid hard conversation, it handles them well. And handling well is done by being present. It's done by listening. It's not done by judging. What truth have you been avoiding? Hey, maybe the truth that you are not real good with your finances yet. And you've been, you need somebody to help you because you've been avoiding the truth that you're not good at it. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And maybe you ask somebody in the community to tell you the truth. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Am I spelling this right? I mean, it could be so simple of things that you're doing. So the invitation today is, what truth have you been inviting? And then the practice is, write down a truth that you need to say. Not that you need to judge, but you need to say. And how can you say this with honor? And take some practice. If you're not good, there's some blunt people out there that just hurt people. And one of the things I often say is, hurting people will hurt people. And so the goal, if you are hurting, that doesn't mean you get to lash out just because you want them to feel like you feel. And that's a whole other thing that part of that comparison that we talked about a few days ago is, how can you craft telling the truth? Because sometimes there's going to be hard conversations. There are going to be those. But if you craft them out, you pray about them, then, and I'm not saying if you just pray about them, all of a sudden you have the answers. I think you have to think guidance, you have to seek counsel. So practice today is, write down a truth that you need to say, and then ask, how can I say this with honor? If needed, schedule the conversation. And so my short prayer today is, God, give us courage and gentleness. Let my truth build bridges, not burn them. And may honesty strengthen your relationship today. It's okay to be honest, not just to judge. That is what we're talking about today. All right, so now I forgot to put that up on the screen, but at least I told you. So let's jump into our gratitude for today. And you can see all of these if you go to what is it called? The routine.life. Yeah, so you can see what we went through today. So I'm going to read the gratitude journal, and then I hope that my goal would be that you think about the things that you want to be thankful for, that you write some of those down, that maybe you type some of those on another screen or on an iPad or however you do it while I'm saying it. This is just me, and then you can also add in what you're grateful for. So thank you, God, that I woke up today. I'm grateful for life and for the body that continues to serve me faithfully. Let's do this right here, just like this. There we go. Thank you for helping me understand my body better. Thank you for guiding me to notice patterns, what strengthens me, what drains me, and what restores me. I'm grateful for awareness that allows me to take care of my health and wisdom and intention. And thank you that I was able to wake up today, that I was able to wake up and go brush my teeth and have my body just work in a way that I can notice it, that I can put the right nourishment. I thank you for a brain that allows me to think through that. I thank you for what it does in my cells and the oxygen that we breathe. I thank you for my family and my wife and my children and my parents and my in-laws and the responsibility and blessing that they represent. Thank you for trust, love, and the opportunity to lead with consistency. Thank you for helping me invest in my relationships every day. Thank you for guiding me to be present, attentive, and patient with people who placed in my life, who you placed in my life. I'm grateful for every relationship and growth that comes with connection. Hey, I am thankful for provision. Thank you for the provision in my life. Thank you for the food and the nourishment that and the hope that brings peace, transportation that provides me freedom and safety and allows me to rest. I thank you for the stability and the daily needs that are being met. Lord, thank you for guiding me to remain mindful of provision and use what I have responsible. I thank you for my finances. I'm grateful for financial provision and for opportunity. Thank you for income and my resources and the ability to manage my finances wisely. Thank you for helping me grow in discipline, clarity, and patience with money, Lord. Thank you that for guiding my financial decisions so they align with stewardship, generosity, and long-term responsibility. I thank you for my purpose and my impact, that I get to live with purpose today. Thank you for the opportunity to help others become who you have created them to be. And I thank you for putting them in my life. Um, and as my life continues to make a meaningful difference, I thank you for allowing me to be able to do that. Thank you for this day and the work you are doing through me in my life. And then I get to just be in this presence. And even to be able to do this, I just thank you for that. All right, we are going to jump now into some more breathing. So if you guys are ready to do some breathing, we're going to do, it's 15 seconds. So we're going to go 15 in, 15 out. We're going to do 8 of them. Ready? Breathe in. Big, big belly coming out. You can even hold your belly and your chest to just make sure your belly comes out as it fills with oxygen. Breathe in. Best thing you can do is stop and take some great, huge breaths. We're going to hydrate right after. Fill our bodies with oxygen so that we can take in the nourishment of water. Yep, just plain water, not Kool-Aid, not anything with sugar, just water. And 6 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe in. 3 more after this. Breathe in. Two more. Breathe in. Good. Good. Truth and love today, right? One last one. Breathe in. All right, let's grab our second glass of water here. So we did 12 ounces before. We'll do it's the best thing, some of the best things you can do right after you take breaths is making sure you put some nourishment. And water is the best thing you can do is hydrate. Oh my gosh, not, what they say, hydrate before you caffeinate. And so let's jump into our affirmations for today. So I'll put this up, we'll jump into here. Oh my gosh, all right. I am becoming the person, please say these with me, and you may have some other ones that you can add, but These are really good ones to start our day without. I'm becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming the person my future requires. I am becoming the person my future requires. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I choose presence over pressure today. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I show up even when it's uncomfortable. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I am consistent, not perfect. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I listen before I react. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I am grounded, grateful, and growing. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I build trust through my daily actions. I am connected to God, to myself, and to others. I am connected to God and to myself and to others. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. What I practice today becomes my legacy tomorrow. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I finish what I start. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I wake up on purpose and I live with intention. I protect my focus and guard my mind. I protect my focus and guard my mind. I protect my focus and I guard my mind. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I choose discipline as an act of self respect. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I honor my body, my time, and my calling. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I speak life to myself and to others. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I make space for stillness and clarity. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I keep my promises, especially the ones I make to myself. I choose courage over comfort. I choose courage over comfort. I make meaningful connections every day. I make meaningful connections every day. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I take responsibility for who I am becoming. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I am right where I'm supposed to be in order to become who God made me to be. I live in abundance because there is no lack, because God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I live in abundance because there is no lack, because God's provision is everywhere and in all things. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill his purpose in me and through me. I count it all joy knowing God is using every season to strengthen me and to fulfill his purpose through me. Oh my gosh, what a great day. And fun to have that conversation. All right, so let's move now into our final word of the day. Today, our word is empathy. Empathy. Empathy is entering someone else's experience without judgment. See how those go together today? We talk about speaking in truth in our devotion. And then today we have a word that comes right out of there, which is empathy. And it's entering into somebody else's experience without judgment. Listening to them, understanding them, making sure that you feel what they feel in their experience. Not necessarily take over their pain and take over, but just trying to understand. And we do that through relationship. We don't do that through just seeing them and not knowing them, right? Empathy deepened my relationship more than advice could ever when I stopped trying to fix people. One of the biggest things that I've had an issue with in my life is coming up with a solution before I found out what the true issue was. Especially in marriage, when you start a relationship in marriage, you realize that sometimes your spouse may just want you to hear them more than they want you to fix things. And if you're a fixed person, a solutions person like I am, sometimes it's really hard to have the empathy that's needed to understand what's going on because you're too busy trying to find a solution. So my relationships tend to deepen more than advice ever could. When I stop trying to fix and start trying to understand them, trust begins to grow naturally. And people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And the way that you do that is naturally. Empathy says you're not alone in this, and that alone can change everything. You are not alone in this, and that alone can change everything. That's what empathy does. That's something you should practice today. So as you make your connection with whoever you're making your connection with today, who needs to understand instead of answers? Who needs understanding instead of answers? If they ask you to solve, then solve. But first, listen and try to understand. And then you have been able to conquer empathy. So today, choose that one conversation to be fully present in, that you are listening to understand, not to solve. Your phone's down, eyes are up, and you're doing exactly what you should be doing in order to communicate and have empathy with somebody. What an amazing, strong word. So promise today, the promise that you're going to make yourself today. I don't know what it is, but you are building the muscle of keeping the promises that you make to yourself. As am I. Today's suggestion, it can be any promise that you want to, as long as you keep it, you make it, you write it down, and you do it before you go to bed. It is important to start writing down your promises that you make to yourself. So important as we're building this muscle to make sure that we keep the promises that we make to ourselves. Write it down so that you can check to see if you did it later. So the one that I'm suggesting today is listen without correcting or fixing. Whatever conversation. Now, in order to, if this is the promise you're picking, you have to be in conversation with somebody to be able to, in order, you have to have a connection. You have to have a conversation with somebody, and you have to listen. And then hopefully somebody will come with something that they want to talk to you about, not that they want you to fix. All right, so video is going to get ready to come up, the video that we end up, but if you don't have time for that, here's what I want you to do is I want you to have an amazing, awesome, just incredible day. I don't want you to forget that you are God's greatest gift, and let Him love on you today. You, my friend, are an answer to somebody else's prayer today. Today and every day, you are an answer to somebody else's prayer. It might be the smile that you give. It might be the way that you just walk by and give somebody a gentle hug. And it may be just the fact that you are present. But you are an answer to somebody else's prayer. And you don't get to choose what that answer is. And you don't get to choose how that shows up in your life. All you have to do is be ready for it. You were born for greatness. And thank you for going through this journey with me. So let's enjoy our song together today. And you have an amazing day. I'll be back right up after this song.
Yeah. Dr.B in the building. We're becoming the person now. Let's go. Woke up with a purpose, sunlight on my face. The God who made the universe still knows me by my name. Every step is kingdom, every breath is grace. I do not rush the process, I just run in my own lane. 2 ears, 1 mouth, so I listen first. Hurting people hurt people, so I speak the healing words. I am a coach, a friend, a brother, a guide, helping people break the limits that were living inside. You have to be the one before you do the thing. Identity before assignment, that is how freedom sings. Every story is sacred, every life unique, and they do not care what you know until they know you are listening. I am becoming the person God made me to be, stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the podcast to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From mile-high flights to Chicago nights, from track lines chalk to the chaplain's light. 250 men with stories that ignite, now living boldly with purpose taken off in sight. Relationship first, that is the way I lead. Connection is the soil where the soul gets freed. I am a husband, father, and granddad too. 30 people at Thanksgiving, that's what love can do. I say you are God's greatest gift because it is true. Every room gets brighter when you walk through. I am living this mission until the final breath, helping others rise so that best becomes their next level. I am becoming the person God made me to be, stepping in the calling, walking wild and free. From the pastures to the people, I pray for every day. Purpose in my heartbeat, purpose in my name. I am becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where my freedom stays. From Denver to the nations, let the good news spread. Faith over fear, that is the voice in my head. If you knew the story and the places I have been, you would know every setback was a setup to win. I show up with bass and I show up with fire. I show up with truth for the ones who inspire. Legacy in motion, generations rise. God's fingerprints are all over my life. I am becoming the person God made me to be, walking in the promise He keeps over me. Every step is purpose, every breath is praise, and the world gets brighter when we live this way. We are becoming the person, becoming the person. The journey is where our freedom stays. Let's go! Dr.B. Becoming the person. Every day.
All right. You all have an amazing, incredible, spectacular day today. I will do the same. We'll see you tomorrow.